Where did you start this? What brought you from Atlanta? Like, or if
Shit.
you on the road and you still in Atlanta, like that's dope as well. But like I really don't know much about you beyond like the very surface shit that you see on Instagram.
Right. Now I moved out here in 2023, September 2023, and shit, I've been doing the podcast since goddamn 2016, but I've had the brand since like 2012.
What the brand start as?
Huh? Yeah. Started as I used to do bodybuilding shows in college.
No shit.
Yeah.
So like you used to be like jacked.
Yeah, in college.
No
Yeah.
shit.
It's
Okay.
like what? It's almost 15 years ago at this point. Hell yeah.
How old are you?
I'll be 33 in April.
You don't look it, bro. Black don't crack.
Yeah,
I'm 25 and I look terrible. But no, that's chilling, bro. That's real
started
cool.
with bodybuilding, and then from there went just to personal training and the clothing line, and then it just kind of just grew from there.
That's dope. Like I see like even on the nights like when I just joined it, I think it was either last night or the night before. Like that night didn't get the views that I see you get.
Yeah.
Because you can like you just as an artist, like once you see how to look at insights for real, I can kind of like I don't get obviously the full insight, but there's a way to just kind of peep the views in general. Like, you know, you can open up the fucking views and it'll show you who liked it and you can just scroll down until it stops. Kind of estimate that shit. And like you get some mad interaction around the city and like from a lot of people that I don't think have been on the show, but like I fuck with them because they're on that artist level. Like I don't know if Troy Good's ever been on the show, but he's like to react to some of your stuff. And I met him separately from knowing you. I found you like I think the first time just on Instagram, and I was like, this looks like a dope fucking show. Hold up a second, let me sit there and listen. And like between you and it starts with a D. Danny, yes,
Girl,
dude. Between y'all two, y'all have some fucking wild conversations.
She would have came, but she works overnight, so it would have been.
Well, shout out Danny, man. I fuck with your content. Sorry you're not here. We got some dope ass weed we're gonna smoke soon.
I'll be sending her to live since she at work.
Well, we still got the audio going. She'll hear the audio.
Yeah.
My voice is a little rocked right now, so it's gonna sound weird, but usually it's not nearly as raspy. We're chilling now.
But for 8 years, the podcast was solely just interviewing entrepreneurs all through Atlanta. So I just interviewed
on what level?
Who had a business, anybody who had a hustle, just whatever you had going on.
LLC required or no?
Yeah, I ain't give a fuck. As long as you're making bread, like how you made your bread.
Say less.
You don't even really got to talk about what you do, but as long as you're an entrepreneur, you can come on the show and just talk about how to make money. You know
That's a respect level a lot of people usually don't hold when it comes to business things.
And but I moved out here, and then weed is legal. So
what brought you out here?
Shit. I went professionally, like career-wise. I'm a school teacher.
No shit. What do you teach?
I taught I taught first grade for 7 years.
Okay. I was gonna say if it was 7th grade, I'm so sorry on behalf of every shitty 7th grader.
I'm currently in the process of getting my associates to teach and become a technician. Also working with people in certain wards or whatever, but with the kids too. I fucking respect the shit out of that.
You know, I fuck with a lot of my teachers nowadays, man. Like I've had conversations with a lot of them afterwards. Like I had a philosophy teacher, man, and he usually taught fucking social studies. His name was shout out Mr. Crane. I'm sorry if you listen to this and you hear just what I'm about to say. There's nothing on you. So like I got expelled from Lakeworth High in 10th grade. Last day of 10th grade, I don't know if you know about Lakeworth High at all. Like there's a gangland episode that shows a whole clip of Lakeworth High and shit. Like it's mad, but basically it's one of the epicenters for when like the earthquake in Haiti happened, all the foreigners came, and then also you have the really, really low income white trash, and you also got the really low income Cubans. You got like Jamaicans, everybody around there, and it all centers on that, and like nothing like it absolutely has nothing to do with where you come from or who where you denominate at, but like that mix of people in such a short amount of time when it came just led to a lot of babies. And those babies didn't get the attention or love I feel like they need. And that's just on anybody, really. Like, they do it backwards down in Palm Beach. And so it's hard to get fucking expelled from that community high school. It's like one step above what we called Mavericks. That was like you in jail and you still got to go to school.
It literally is like a fucking Florida.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Education system is like a prison system, regardless, because they literally, and it's so crazy because, I had military background and you do as well.
Yeah.
When they register you as a student, you are assigned a number that follows you throughout your entire schooling career as a student in all of Florida, despite it being Palm Beach.
Do the philosophy thing.
It's not just, huh?
I was going to still go on that philosophy thing before I forget it.
Yeah, go on your shit, bro.
So anyways, Mr. Crane, I'm sorry about this, but I used to take a lot of acid. I used to sell acid when I was in middle school, or not middle school, high school. I'm not saying anything about doing it now. I don't. But I like pop on some shit, and like that was one of the few classes that stuck with me so heavy because I'd already be like elevated mind type shit. And then I'm like,
what did he used to teach?
philosophy, bro. So when I got expelled, that's where I was going. I got expelled, and I wasn't in Palm Beach. You can't go at that time to the county above or the county below public schools for 4 years if you get expelled.
Charter only.
Charter only. Luckily, there was this charter school that I had basically a ultimatum given where I needed to clock in somewhere, like be somewhere where they can like track it and shit. And they have this program called X Scream, letter X Scream. And it's like you build haunted houses and you start doing that over the summer. And by the end of it, the school throws a damn whole thing.
It's a haunted house. And then they do like a whole like 3-week fucking show where they have performers and vendors and stuff. And not only that, but in X Scream, you work with like
where can you bring that extra?
Like the Palm Beach County fucking fair and shit, and you work for nonprofit organizations like hosting events and dancing and shit. They used to have us in like little mini dresses and fucking 6-inch fucking stilettos and corsets, fucking dancing for like commissioners for like what is it, Palm Springs, the board, the parks.
They do a lot, bro. Like for how close, for how like new the system is, bro, and how new G-Star is. Like they don't do it like super great in some aspects, but it's a cool little like community to fucking sit there and like. At that time, the dude who was the IB coordinator, IB stands for International Baccalaureate. It's wild that I even fucking did this. He hits me one day and like he calls me and he's like, bro, you like, I could tell you're just like you cause trouble because you don't got nothing else to really do. Like you're not fucking in tune because you can catch up on that shit. Like I'd have a month and a half of straight absences and come through and like ace of fucking it's like nothing, bro. Like one of them important ones and shit. Just like I have a lot of useless information. Back then it wasn't. Now I'm grown up and I don't go to school no more. A lot of it is. And fucking he was just like, you want to give IB a try and I'll sign you on the fucking ability to come to the school. And my mom's was real crazy. This was right before I left her house because I left it pretty young, like before I finished high school for sure. And shout out to single moms everywhere, by the way. She was basically like, if you don't try to finish high school, like I'm going to stop. Like she worked for this law firm at the time as a paralegal that didn't even have her license, but she got like under the table kind of because my mom's a genius. So it was like, okay, yeah, I'm currently got expelled for not the only reason, but it involved a case that happened with someone else at that school. Nothing sexual whatsoever. I don't respect that or respect that never, ever, no matter what the consequence or situation is. But it was a charge that fucking carried on and just caused it an issue for me to get anything anywhere.
It was like a snowball of a paper trail.
Basically.
That wasn't even something valid.
Oh, no, it was definitely valid. The one that got me expelled from Lake Worth was valid.
You still did I'm not talking about Lake Worth, but like when you came to G-Star, you did the work, you showed up, and that's what they hated, and that's what they hate about fucking like us.
There was all college classes and shit. It's International Baccalaureate.
Did you have
they fucking hold up. It's all college classes and shit. So I got to take philosophy in junior year, and I'd be like out there because I was really good at like doing that in the first place. At least I was back then, and I'd just be out my mind. And he'd say some shit that stuck with me. Like I remember learning about the ship at Theseus where you replace all the parts of an old thing with new parts is still the old thing type shit. I loved like a lot of there's a lot. I could go here forever, but like I'm basically saying that was the one that always, I'm on that level already. And then I hear some shit that I can like at least consider. Not necessarily agree with, because sometimes, you can't agree with some shit, but you can see why. Yeah. And you see like the whole shit and like, fuck, that was like, I got a perfect score on that one when it all came back as like the end of 2 years tests and shit. Like I ended up learning Spanish. My Spanish teacher, I made a bet with her. She was going to hang a picture of me right above the seat that she would sit at. If I was able to pass that Spanish class, I went from not going to high school to like Spanish 7. The end of the year shit, fucking the test was you had to sit there on audio like this. And we'd fucking have to have like a whole conversation in Spanish for that whole time. Where if you fuck up, you're done. All my life, I passed that. She had a picture of me hanging on that damn chair for at least 3 years after. My sister ended up going to that school too. I went to her graduation. I damn near, you bet your ass, bro. I'll check that chair. It was still there.
The classroom stayed the same for 2 years. She came back, and when she came back, she still had the fucking desk set up.
I'm like that, you know what I'm saying? I get dope, and if I have an incentive, and I will say, like, bro was right. He was a Middle Eastern. His parents were like first generation. You know what I'm saying? So like they had just come over, and he like. It was a really dope dude. Like it's crazy because as an adult later, we was able to like talk about a lot more and like fucking like I got in his Instagram. I get to see what he's doing. Like that bro went to Ibiza on Molly at one point. I'm not gonna drop the name, but wild. And I was like, holy shit, you like that too? But you had to be successful. You think like he definitely saved my life back then, bro. Because finally I had to like think about some shit, and I did go to school a lot more once I got in that level. Like I took calculus at one point. I actually fucked with that. Took trig like. So before that, bro, it really was just like you fucking, you truly, it's a product of environment type situation, bro. You get put in the right thing. Like Dog, I had I think like 24 days. I even went to a single like class or two to get free lunch and then hop that gate again. 24 days, I even fucking did that. The rest of them I was gone. And I still was able to turn that around. And it's like just you get people that care about you. So like to this day, I fuck with a lot of my teachers from that era. Like they did some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I respect teachers a lot. Was what I was getting to. And I really respect the fact that you do that and still do what you're doing for the community and find time to fucking like allow people to sit here and have another platform to express. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really dope, bro. And I respect the fact even more now because you are a teacher and you do that. Like,
I appreciate it, man.
It's a really developmental age too, like first grade.
Teacher, how do you find the balance, not just between work and passion, but work and shifting? It's not like code switching because code switching is like an environmental thing, but it's like almost graded
you basically get to be two different ways.
But you know what I mean, like how they rate things, like a different rated version of yourself. Because when you're talking to the first graders, it's you, but it's you
on a first grade
on
professionalism
a level that is more age appropriate versus you when you are in situations like this, or even further when you're actually networking in like club environments.
Is there even a balance at that point as well?
I mean? Yeah, like how do you manage that, and what is that like for you, going from trying to communicate a concept to literally new souls versus souls that you wish could be comprehensive to the subjects you're trying to expand on, but sometimes are more stifled than the kids you fucking talk to?
So to answer your question, like code switching, like is that what you're asking? Or how do I balance it?
Yeah. So the first question was about how do you balance, and then like what is it like having to like remember and actively just be on that whatever level that you need to be.
The same message, but between two different
abilities to understand.
Yeah.
So I tried back home. I taught at a charter school, so it was a specific curriculum. So I was comfortable in that situation. Here, living in Colorado, I homeschool.
No way.
Yeah, so I homeschool.
Do you do home calls and shit, or do you have a classroom like set up where you go?
I just go to their house.
That's wild.
So it's real personal. So I get to be real personal with the kids and shit. So the mom knows I smoke. She just says don't smoke on the days you come teach.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's so understandable.
Other than that, like I don't really hide who I am. Like she knows the type of shit that I do.
So, I feel like it's a comfort level at that point because you get to see where that kid's at, both like in life and like in like, if you see certain things of his around the house, where it's around the house, like what he has in the first place, like there's like a comfortability and understanding where that kid's at, both developmentally and like emotionally. So I feel like it does allow like that. I've never heard someone even say something about homeschooling where I finally like kind of got it, but that was really, it was weird, bro, because it kind of clicked a little bit in certain aspects of that, because like the homeschool kids in Florida are weird. They're weird, bro.
This is where I draw the line where it's homeschool. Like homeschool kids are weird when they don't do anything else. When they don't have like no extracurricular activity.
Well, like that's on the parents being the teachers as well, as opposed to a hired professional like yourself.
Yeah, but like just the kids that I work with, they do sports. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's some homeschool kids that don't do shit.
And that's the ones that you usually see in Florida, bro. Because most people that don't have to talk, like, because they don't say it, you can tell. Yeah. But most of the ones in Florida is like the fucking like retired wives because they just sugar mama their way into, or sugar daddy their way into fucking not doing shit. So they're like, I don't even want to have to go take my kid to school, so I'm just gonna homeschool him. Yeah. And like I feel like at that point it's like printing a copy of a copy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a watered down and sometimes just in what's the word? When you like form an opinion about something or form like a understanding, not indoctrinated, but basically they copy something that they don't see the full side of or don't understand it yet. You know what I'm saying? They can't acknowledge or like understand what they're watching, but they clone the mannerisms on a way that they don't see in a social setting, like you said. And I feel like that just ends up being like you can see it fully. Like even there's this one kid at G-Star where like he was homeschooled for a little bit and then he came in and like he was homeschooled 8 years before I met him, and I could still tell that like during them years you only had your parents, because they'd have like PTAs or like events and shit, and you'd see them parents and you know exactly whose parents those are, even if they don't look like them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird.
That's true.
But it's also like the familial.
But I also have never heard it.
That you're,
Let's jump into
I've never like heard it. Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm done with that.
let's get it going, and we can get back into some conversation.
I'm so down with that. However you like to run. I've never been on a podcast before, man. Like, run it the way you want to.
It up perfectly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, shit. No complaints at this point.
Say less, bro. I'm having fun already.
So I'm gonna just, since you said you got a whole bunch of useless information in your head, I'm finna just.
Bro, I said the Bible last night, like fucking 2-3 seconds after you said it. Bro, I can't look that up that fast. My thumbs are fat. I can't type.
That's how the fuck I am. It's like a useless information database, but it is actually useful in a lot of formative conversation with people.
What you got coming at me, homie?
All right. First question is, I'm just gonna literally read them as they're written.
All right.
You can get options if you need not options, but multiple choice if you need. What is the only planet in our solar system to rotate clockwise on its axis?
Jupiter.
Is that your final answer?
No, it's not. It's Neptune actually. It's the ice one. Yeah, it's Neptune, bro. Or it's either Neptune or Uranus. It's one of those two.
I'm not gonna give you the answer till you give me your final answer.
I'm giving you that slash. I'll get 50% right. No way. No matter which one, if it's right or wrong, I'll take only 50% right. But I think it's Uranus actually. So yeah.
The answer is Venus.
Get the fuck out of here. No way.
It's the only one that rotates clockwise.
Does it say why?
I don't know why.
Well, I guess we've never been to Venus. There's probably no explanation. Yeah.
You know, and also a day is longer than a year on Venus.
Yeah, because of the sun's gravitational thing makes it rotate slower.
Yeah. They say that it's
man, that's about some damn dinosaurs or something. I'm about to play the
magnetism that it has at the stance of polarity in the line of the planets. You know what I mean? It's like right before the fucking meteor belt, or right after. But that has a lot to do with why it's on an axis and why it's like sideways too.
Word.
But not on
what is James Bond's code name?
Agent 007, ain't it?
Sir.
Yeah. GoldenEye, bro. I used to play that shit a lot. Golden Gun type shit.
That's the original PlayStation shit, right?
Yeah, sometimes even sooner, I think.
Which artist created the Mona Lisa?
Oh, that was fucking. It's Da Vinci.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is the largest country in the world? We did this the other night.
I'm pretty sure it was it wasn't Russia. I remember it being some. No, it was Russia. By size, it's Russia, and by population, it's China.
For sure. What was the first animal to ever be cloned?
A sheep.
Yes, sir. What is the name of the pet dinosaur in the TV cartoon The Flintstones?
I ain't never seen the Flintstones. I'm gonna say fucking Buddy.
No, the answer is Dino.
Damn, bro, no way, dog. I've never seen the Flintstones. I'm like,
I've seen a couple of episodes.
No way.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You get that blunt?
What is an 8-sided shape called?
You said a 6?
What is an 8?
Oh, 8. That's octagon.
Shape called? Good. Earth Day. What year did that? What was the first year that Earth Day was celebrated?
1971.
That's your final answer?
Yeah, I don't know this.
Yeah, it's 1970.
Get the fuck up. Yo, I had no idea. It sounded like a 70s type situation.
Yeah, like.
Do you have joint papers or some shit?
I've got cones. I ain't really.
Bet, yeah.
Shit today,
you mind rolling up? No, I'll roll up. It's fine. I'll roll up. Yeah, use a cone.
She said she'll go down and get some wraps.
I was about to run out to the car anyways and try to look for my phone.
Yeah, I'd rather save these too though.
Say less. Oh yeah, save it.
All right, bet.
So yeah, what did you say? It was the 8 shade that I just did, right? The 8 shade. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see.
If you know the answer, Smoke, say that shit too. Shout out my brother Smoke. Just got him out to Colorado.
Yeah, but he's got to give the final answer.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Scotland. What is their national animal?
The unicorn. Yeah, but I watched that whole thing yesterday.
Oh man, so I'm gonna skip the one.
Yeah, jump all the way down. Put it somewhere.
I'm gonna get some random shit. Huh?
I was asking him if he's seen Scotland's actual depiction of the unicorn.
It's weird looking.
There's a fucking movie coming out based off of how they actually portray it, and it's wild, bro.
Which president was estimated to have the highest IQ?
Ooh, fucking it wasn't what's his face? No, shit. You said estimated, meaning they had to be dead before they started measuring IQ. So shit. Wasn't Taft. That motherfucker was stupid and fat. I'm gonna say No, I'm gonna say what's his face?
He's got a 3-name. It's like when you say the president's name, you say 3 names.
JFK could be one, but I don't think so. He was just likable. Wait, give me a second. James Adam Quincy or some shit. Yes. Quincy Adams.
How do you know that,
bro? I'm telling you, I have a lot of bullshit in my head, bro, that I can just pull out after a little bit, especially when I get like crossing a little bit between fucking liquor and weed, bro. I just sit here, I could talk forever, bro.
According to Instacart, what is the most disliked food in America?
Green beans.
That's your final answer?
Yeah, I fucking hate green beans if it's not like fresh picked or some shit.
Anchovies.
Anchovies make sense, bro. I don't see anybody. I've never met someone that eats anchovies or sardines, bro. I look at you, I'd probably bully you for the rest of your life.
Sardines, sheesh.
Mm.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, which state has the shortest one-way commute to work?
I'm gonna say shortest, meaning like even like not in distance and time.
Shortest, I'm guessing in distance.
All right, in distance, I'm gonna say probably Connecticut. No, because they got what you call it. They got Cleveland. No, that's Ohio. Hold up, there's something in Connecticut. I'm gonna say Idaho. And then in time length, I'm gonna say New York, cause that's traffic, bro.
The shortest,
or is it Utah? Cause you got like one big city out there.
The shortest one-way commute to work is South Dakota.
No shit, bro. I've been out there to see Mount Rushmore recently. South Dakota. It's a beautiful state. Shout out South Dakota. It's absolutely fucking beautiful to look at.
Shortest one-way commute to work, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Which grows faster, fingernails or toenails?
Toenails. Oh no. Fuck no, it's gotta be fingernails because toenails gotta get tough, bro. They be thicker nails. Yeah, fingernails.
Yep. Which popular condiment was once sold as a medicinal cure for diarrhea?
Diarrhea? It is a condiment, meaning like between ketchup. Can I have a hint on that one? Like between the top 5, I'd say.
Yeah.
All right, word. I'm gonna say mustard because you got mustard seed.
No, ketchup.
No shit. I wanted to say ketchup, but I'm like, there's no fucking way ketchup was a medicinal like ointment.
Sheesh.
Was it like that? Was it like the Diddy spray where you like rub it on yourself or what?
Shit, nigga, I don't know.
Okay, when you drinking ketchup back then, bro, y'all are nasty. If anybody was alive when that shit was happening, you're fucking nasty.
You're wild.
I like ketchup. Well, you can't drink that shit. I hope y'all was rubbing it.
What happened on July 20th, 1969?
It's 720. Was it the first Woodstock? No, Woodstock was older than 79. You said 79?
69.
69. Woodstock's still older than that.
No, the first Woodstock was. I thought the first Woodstock was 69.
Was it?
Yeah, but that's not the answer. But I thought it was.
69. I thought it was like 62.
Oh, I might be wrong.
Because Beatles had to get the visa still to come to America.
Well, there you go.
69. I'm gonna say the Berlin Wall. Nope, Berlin Wall. Yeah, Berlin Wall fell.
Final answer?
Sure.
No, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon.
No, he didn't. But it's all right. I got you. It did happen, but no, it didn't.
He said no. There we go. So we'll have to talk about that after the trivia.
Oh, trust we can talk hell, bro. You're not ready for the fact that I believe in Hollow Earth.
Hey, I mean, we can talk about it, bro. We've had all different type of conversations on the
show. Say less.
So I'm all down. What year did World War I begin?
1918.
Final answer?
No, it was 1919. Yeah, final answer.
1914.
14. Damn it, bro. Because there was one war happening in 1918. I forget what it was, but obviously it might have been World War I, but it didn't start then.
1918. No, that's
18. It's that was the second revolution when Britain burned the White House. Was the War of 1812.
There we go. Yeah, 1812. Yeah. What president was a licensed bartender?
Andrew Jackson.
Final answer?
Sure.
No, Abraham Lincoln.
Bullshit.
He looked like
he looked like someone who drank, but like a nice drink.
Yeah, I love the theory that they say he's half black.
Oh, I absolutely believe it, bro. When you look at the jawline and the structure, like, bro, when I take off my shit, I have a weird face, bro. But I'm talking the cheekbones even, like, because I see the same thing in my shit. Like, my parents are mad different combinations and shit, but only one of them has Sicilian in it, which I got my pigment, unfortunately. But my cheekbones and the jawline are weird on my face because I'm not supposed to 100% look like this. But like my hair still does this naturally. He saw my beard before I toned it down the last time. My shit gets like curly, thick like yours, but I get shaving bumps when I fucking shave. Like it's weird, bro. But like I totally see that in Lincoln, bro. There's certain telling signs, like not on no racist shit, but like even the bridge of the nose and nostrils and everything. Like, bro, it looks like it. I fully believe it. Because even in black and white photos, it looked like he was edited, toned up. Because the flash don't extend past him. You know what I'm saying? There's no shadow on that wall. So when you're looking at that, fucking, it caused a different kind of lighting with what you call it. Sorry, it wouldn't even be flash; it'd be a lighting source because it wasn't camera; it's painted. But there would be a different kind of detail on it if it wasn't like I'm trying to make this up as I'm painting it type shit.
Yeah. Speaking of cameras, what year was the Kodak found?
Kodiak?
Kodak.
Kodak. Oh, that's the little fucking one picture shitters, huh? I'm gonna say 1914.
It's not in the 19s.
No, 18. Bullshit. The family started, or the family came out with the first camera shit.
They just said what year was Kodak founded.
Oh, founded. Okay. I'm gonna say 1847.
Final answer.
Yeah.
1892.
Damn, I was way off.
Remember those pinhole cameras that like work with the sunlight?
Nope.
What came out? What famous toy came out in 1959?
It's Barbie.
Correct.
No shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's get it.
Which U.S. president was a law professor?
Professor. I'm gonna say. Who's bro that took after JFK not after he got shot because that was the CIA head? The one right after that, bro. I want to say that makes a little bit more sense. I'm just gonna give out a random damn answer, and I'm gonna say Nixon. I know that's so off, but I'm gonna say Richard Nixon, not a crook,
Nixon.
but
yeah, he said I'm not a crook. No, it was Bill Clinton.
Bullshit, yo, and that's crazy. He did what he did. That's how he got away with it. He know the law, huh? That's wild.
They plugged in. Who was the youngest president?
That was JFK. Wait, really?
Yeah, really. Who was the
youngest president? Man, I don't know. I'll let JFK be. That was the one that was crippled, huh? Because you had Franklin Roosevelt. He was the war person. So yeah, Teddy. Damn, that's crazy. He got paralyzed and he was youngest president. Get the fuck out of here.
A lot of fucking pictures of him. He's in a chair.
Wheeled up, but still on the move.
He would try to like walk to it and sit down, but there was a certain point very early on that when he was like delegating or in conferences, he was pushed around by his wife, and he would just barely be able to stand up for photos at a certain point. But he was incapacitated, and a lot of people don't realize that, bro.
Moving quick, even wheeled up, bro. It's lit.
When was the first iPod released?
2002.
Final answer?
Sure.
2001.
Damn, I thought 9/11 would have backed it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it came out like a couple months after 9/11.
So it was like December, November. Somewhere around then, huh?
Yeah, had to be like October or some shit.
Yeah. Word. I was 3 years. No, I was 2 years old in time when 9/11 happened. So I would have just turned 2 right afterwards. So no, I turned 3 right afterwards.
So that day doesn't.
Nope, does not register.
What about you?
First iPhone I remember.
Yeah, how old are you?
You 26 now, huh? I'm 25. 25? Yeah, we both 25.
9/11 happened. I was eating mac and cheese. Literally 2 years old. I was 8 blocks.
You're youngins, bro.
I was 8 blocks away from where it happened in Brookhaven, and I remember going outside.
Brookhaven in Atlanta?
Huh?
In Atlanta?
No,
New York.
Oh, there's a Brookhaven out there?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Brookhaven.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, I walked, I was sitting in my Elmo chair watching some shit on TV, and I looked at my mom and my aunt, and they were like freaking out on the balcony, and I remember walking out to where they were, and the whole fucking sky was gray, and it looked like
you want to hit this shit?
Dirty snow.
Yeah, I'll try it. I was in fucking 4th grade.
Oh, damn, so you remember that?
I remember the whole day.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, I remember the whole day, bro. Just remember the whole day. It was wild.
Yeah, my mom was in the hospital with my sister.
Time for us because we're on the East Coast. So for y'all, even though you guys were only 2, the day hasn't started. The day didn't start for people out here yet. Over there, we're already at school.
Yeah, school work is like 7:30 in the morning, bro.
Well, for y'all, for us, it's 9.
That's what. Okay, yeah, you're right, but yeah,
day's already started and shit. So we're at school. I remember walking down. I'm in 4th grade. I remember walking down the hallway. We had. It's 2001. There's this TV in the front of our school,
some plasma
right
screens
in the corner. And so while we're taking the left into the 4th grade hallway, we just remember seeing the buildings on the TV and all like the
emergency responders and shit.
Nah, the teachers in the school looking at the screen. We're in 4th grade. We're not knowing, so we go back to the classroom, and then the teacher pulls it up on the projector or whatever. So either way, all of the parents have to come get us from school. And everybody's like panicking, running around.
This was in New York?
No, it's in Atlanta.
Oh shit!
You know
okay.
I mean? Yeah, so it's like, so because we were thinking at the time, they're thinking the whole country was under attack at a certain.
Well, the Pentagon get hit as well.
Yeah, for a certain amount of time, they're thinking the whole country was under attack. So yeah, you were trying to get home, you're trying to stay secure. I don't think we went to school the following day. I think everything was kind of like just quiet.
My mom was trying to give birth to my sister, bro. My mom's from Queens, like I said, so I mean, I could bring it up today as a joke and she'll cry about it. Who? My mom? Kylie was born in Florida, dude.
I didn't. But no,
my mom's never been to Colorado.
To hear someone else's experience from out of state.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting for sure.
But it's also crazy to hear somebody in New York, because you guys, like you said, did you look up and see the smoke, nigga? Like the fuck?
I could imagine.
My whole sky is black because of smoke.
Had I been older, I probably would have been able to like recant more things. Like my brother, he was like 9, 10 years old when that shit happened. So you ask him, he'll remember walking down the stairs, walking to the street, and being.
Did you get the raps?
Stepping into the street and having like a foot full of ash before you touch the ground.
Did you get the raps?
Yeah, I'm about to go.
Oh, no, he was gonna buzz down the road.
No, I said like.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
But no, that topic was like a very, very, very.
Yeah, man.
Good. No, I mean shit. Katrina
you guys
too. Y'all don't remember Katrina?
I remember Wilma though.
Well, you were there. You were in Florida.
Yes, but I was in Florida for Katrina, Wilma, Isaac, Michael. Like, but I was there for all that shit.
It's so crazy. You're born in Florida, right?
Yeah, I was born in Miami, dude.
I went from fucking 9/11 in New York to anthrax to coming down to Florida thinking it was safer. So as soon as we come down to Florida, we get a trailer. A tree drops on that bitch during Katrina.
Boom, gone.
My first hurricane was Katrina.
Like, have you been through a hurricane, bro?
I mean,
I'll tell you.
We get like the.
I got some trivia for you, motherfucker.
We get like the crumbs of what y'all get in Florida and Georgia.
Bro, I got some trivia for you, dog. What's the number one way of like what are the number one cause of death in a hurricane, or what is? Shh.
The number one cause of death.
And you're wrong.
Hurricanes. The number one cause of death, if it's not drowning, if it's not electrocution.
I never said it wasn't drowning.
Why would I'm just saying shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a trivia question if it was drowning.
Right.
It's very obscure. Coconuts. It's like a 10-pound, not falling, flying, bro. It's a 10-pound bowling ball, basically, going 120 miles an hour off a palm tree. Yes, bro, they come up. Yeah, when it hits like 120 miles an hour, it's a fucking bowling ball coming at your dome. And you don't know what side it's coming from. You got like 8 different crosswinds. That's why they say stay inside. It's not about the rain, bro. Motherfuckers won't care if it's just rain with Floridians. It happens every day. Them boys come at you, and even if it was in front of you, you're not seeing it's moving 120 miles an hour. So by the time it gets to the size that it would be, it's coming at you.
I remember I played in a hurricane. Bro, I played in a hurricane and a stick flew through my leg. Like a little twig. It flew right through my leg and I caught gangrene. I get age. I never did that again, bro.
It gets crazy, bro.
Fuck me up.
Ooh. What reptile is attributed to the most wildlife deaths in Florida? And it's wild why. It is insane why.
What reptile?
What reptile?
Is it gators, crocs?
No.
No.
So, well, wait. That might have been your final answer, but I'll give you 2 on that one because it's a little obscure.
Reptile.
Or amphibian. I'll give you that option as well. But I didn't have to give it to you in the first place, so it's no use giving it to you now.
Turtles?
No. Those are amphibians. So when it gets like below 50 or 55 degrees, iguanas freeze. And like when I say iguanas, bro, at our high school we went to, you'd have like full grown, like if you include the tail length, like 6.5, 7 feet.
Easy. The fucking orange
one. Lizards, like the little tiny dinosaurs. Now listen, I'll tell people that I grew up with dinosaurs and like they don't believe me, but I've seen like an 18-foot gator.
They teach you how to outrun an alligator in kindergarten.
Gee, shit, like they do eat people, and I have an anecdote when we get to the podcast again that I can bring up about gators. But it's iguanas, bro. They'll be up in the trees or palm trees or light posts or anything, and then they actually get hard and freeze above or under 50 or 50 something degrees, and then they fall. And again, that bitch weighs about like at least 10, 15 pounds. If it's on something high enough, bro, it doesn't take much for a concussion. Now, gators are super close, but what is crazy is that when they say every body of water fucking that can't hold a gator will, it's proven in Florida, and I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But we're going to do the trivia.
It's crazy. I move out here and just living in Georgia, walking around water here, I get
insane.
Because it's like back home, I know there's not as many Floridas in Georgia. I mean, I know there's not many.
It doesn't have to be. One is scary.
But it's like, yeah, it's just like you just don't walk near water back home. But out here, people just walking near water. I'm like,
especially if it's like moving at all, bro. Yeah. If it's like anything like just a pond that's already got some ripples and shit, bro. And that's like for anybody listening, that's true. That's 100% true. You don't fucking swim in the fresh water. You don't go near it if you're not like necessarily always paying attention to this shit. But and it's any type of body of water, because most of them in Florida, they have like the limestone circulation. They have some form of like freshness to it, even while standing still for the most part. So you don't gotta be worried about getting sick. It's really about the dinosaurs that two chomp you and you're done. The first chomp is to your leg, not your fucking leg is going backwards. They have a lockjaw so tight it takes like actual tools and machinery to open them once they're closed. I'm pretty sure their bite is, if not the first, at most the third most powerful bite on Earth right now. You cannot get that bitch open when it's ready to go. And it's dude, they're fucking scary when you think about it. But for the most part, like, I don't know if you noticed, like, gators can be trained like dogs.
They can climb fences. Yeah,
they can climb fences. They run up to 35 miles an hour on land, which a lot of people don't know. In a straight line, 35 miles an hour. Yeah, fuck with it. Get away from it.
It's crazy.
They're so around that you don't got to be scared of them. Yeah, gator tail is unfortunate and like unethical. You eat. It's so fucking good. But in Florida, I'm cool with it. But when it's a gator tail you buy out here, it's like, dog, you're taking that shit out of Florida for nothing more than like the leisure and enjoyment of people that don't get that.
Sheesh. I would do a couple more questions.
Hell yeah.
We'll just get into like just more conversation.
We could do more questions later if you want. If you're sitting there on the trivia mood again, bro. I'm chilling, bro.
Speaking of water, what state has the longest freshwater shoreline?
Shoreline. Seattle.
State.
Oh, sorry, Oregon.
It's Oregon. No, it's not. No, that's not. The answer is no. But like, your answer is no. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Give me another answer.
So it's probably like way far the fuck off from Oregon for you to like react to. So I'm gonna say,
yeah. It's nowhere. It's none of these western states.
Word. I'm gonna say Pennsylvania.
No, it's Michigan.
Really?
Yeah,
what shoreline is that?
All the lakes.
The fucking Great Lakes. I forgot those were even a thing, bro. I was sitting here trying to think of like, real talk, I'm not gonna lie, I thought of the Mississippi River, and like then I realized I was like, okay, that's like not necessarily a shoreline, that's a bank. So I was trying to go anywhere else.
What state is known for growing coffee beans?
That's a good one. I don't know, South Carolina?
Hell no, fucking Hawaii.
Oh, duh. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of stupid, bro. If I sat there for a second, I might have been able to think of that.
How many floors does the Eiffel Tower
have? 90.
Final answer?
Sure.
3.
Bullshit. 3. Oh wait, floors not stories. My bad. Yeah, floors is like places you can stop. I don't know. I don't like France, bro. They're weird. Not on no racist shit. France just has a weird goddamn storyline.
What country produced? That is true.
Weird, bro. Y'all failed 4 different revolutions.
Yeah. You know they tried to take over. You know, Cinco de Mayo is
a freedom from them. Yeah.
Well, yeah, not freedom from, because they didn't try. Well, they tried but then failed.
Okay, they deflected it, huh?
Yeah, they tried to fucking take over Mexico, but you know there's still French nationals in Mexico. Like there's French-speaking Mexicans.
I can believe that.
That's fine.
I've never met one. I've never met one.
Nigga,
see, but also like
Mexican or a Mexican-speaking French person.
She's Mexican. I'm pretty sure you have. You're not. I could have sworn you were. Oh, sorry, Jose was. Okay, my bad, dog. Bro.
It's all good.
It's been a long story, bro. But fucking, we're not near the border, and we're not a Mexico border in Florida, really, unless you live on the Panhandle at like the very, very tip. And so we don't get that culture for the most part, unless it's like very, very specified spots. We get 4, I'd say, real main ones. You get the Cubans from wet foot, dry foot policy, which then got extended to the Haitians. It actually ended like 3 months ago. It was something they just cut off. But wet foot, dry foot, for anybody who does understand that term. Long story short, a Cuban immigrant ever since the Fidel Castro embargo needed to, or all they needed to do to get fast track to citizenship, no questions asked, was to beat the fucking game or beat the Coast Guard of Florida at a really, really like elaborate game of tag. All they got to do is land 1 foot. You've got your wet foot and you've got 1 dry foot on land. You get fast tracked to do a green card. Now you can imagine it didn't have great great but necessarily terrible consequences at first. But then Fidel Castro did what the premise of Scarface was. He released most of his violent and like drug type criminals on the best submarines Castro had and sent them all to Florida. That's when it really got to that level, bro. It's so you have the Cubans, you have Haitians, which got that in 2009 for that earthquake, and it's still going to this day. I really have nothing to say about that one, but I have a lot of like really, really cool Haitian friends, and like the culture is pretty wild as well, man. Not in a good way or bad way, just really interesting. We have Jamaicans, and it's not even on no bad shit either, but they're kind of all over Florida, not just South. And then the fourth would be Dominicans, bro, because they border Haiti. And so it's a nice little mix, bro. But yeah, we don't have that Mexican culture really, so I don't know much about exactly what their history is. But I know like just a little bit. Like I knew it's something to do with like beating France, like whooping their ass, bro. That's why y'all celebrate Cinco de Mayo. But I didn't know it was like actually they never even got taken over. But it makes sense. It's France.
Spain owned them first, but then they got their separation from Spain like in September of I don't know what year.
Yeah, Mexican Independence Day I'm pretty sure is in the fall, so you're pretty close there.
So yeah.
Hell yeah.
What country produces the most tea?
Tea?
British. Yeah.
No, wait. If it's like, what if the British Parliament technically owns the farmlands and they can grow it out there, but it's British tea? Because if that's so, fuck yeah, it's Britain. But I don't think so. I would say growing tea, which is like that considers it to be all year round, which most of them need to grow off of like their leaves. I would say Thailand or fucking Vietnam.
Final answer?
Yeah, is it not even in Asia?
No, it is an Asian country. It is.
I'm gonna say the third option to be India. Is it any of those three?
No, it's China.
No shit. Oh, duh. I mean, like not duh, but like they have a lot of land. That makes sense. Is what I really meant to react.
Rice they produce, rice and tea. What did the U.S. buy? Okay, who did the U.S. buy Florida from?
Oh shit, that was it wasn't Britain and it wasn't Spain. It might have been Spain actually, but no, it was in the same trade as the fucking Western Agreement, wasn't it? So it might be France because they expanded west first off of America. But if it's not France,
y'all speak Spanish there, player.
It's Spain.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I really didn't think it was Spain. Because Andrew Jackson bought that shit, didn't he? That's when he made the Trail of Tears happen because he finally got that Western territory. He was like, all right, pack all your shit up. You're going that way.
Fuck up out of here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wasn't that like incorporated due to a treaty from both colonizers landing on different parts of the same continent?
It was when they bought it.
Yes, but was that the Trail of Tears or was that right before the Trail of Tears?
That's what I said. That's what led to the Trail of Tears. Sorry. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. But that's what I said.
Roughly how many miles per hour does Earth spin?
It's in the thousands. I know that.
Tell me.
I don't know. Fucking 1,204.
You're close. Just 1,000, roughly. They're saying just 1,000 miles per hour.
Really?
The Earth is spinning.
Word. It's a pretty solid number for it to be coincidentally that number.
If the Earth is flat.
Word.
Is it just sitting there? Is it spinning?
No, it's spinning for sure.
If it's still flat.
It's like a frisbee. Come on, man. Why do you think frisbees glide the longest? They have the best aerodynamics. That bitch is eventually gonna start spinning like that.
Yeah, true. How many moons does Neptune have?
5.
Final answer?
No, it's 4.
No, 14.
14, really?
14 moons.
Wow.
Sheesh. That's interesting to see.
Yeah, that's a weird number.
Yeah, the largest bone in the human body.
It's the thigh bone. It's the tibula, ain't it?
Nah, femur.
Damn, I forget the tibula's the damn calf. I always forget the two, bro. Femur and tibula, bro. I always like femur should be calf. I don't know why it makes sense in my head, but it does. But can we confirm that the femur is the thigh bone? Am I right on that?
I thought femur is here.
Oh, it's the shin, but don't they also extend up to here? And the joint is what like.
Right, hold on, let's just look it up.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Located. Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, it's right here.
It's a joint makes it able to move like that because then it broke off and then the joint was already formed right there, so it had the connection either way.
Fibula, yep.
So that's what I was trying to say. The fibula fucking sounds like it should be the thigh for some reason. THI, man.
Fibula thigh.
Sheesh. All right, so let's go into some more conversation.
Word.
So we didn't go to the moon.
Not a chance.
We
have been. Yes.
Anybody go?
Let me correct.
Russia
We have
go,
been.
China
We
go?
have been to the moon. Did we do it?
In America. Or
Yeah, America. America has been to the moon. Like at this date and time, there's been at least one time we've been to the moon. Even if we didn't land, we got there, got back. Like, bro, they just put fucking Wi-Fi in space and it rotates the Earth at a perfect fucking. It revolves at a perfect thing. So the satellite always stays pointed. Is Elon Musk's planet-wide Wi-Fi called Starlink. So we actively have like the ability to also like if those are on some really really crazy shit when they update like a defense necessarily, not just from like attack, but like on what you call it, like natural changes and shit. You know, if those drones start to be able to like connect and blow out certain shits, we couldn't like prolong an atmosphere that we like, destroy. It's weird. It's called Starlink though. I considered at one point buying a sailboat and leaving America and just sailing. And so I looked at that shit because I'm still gonna like beat people's ass in Mortal Kombat and Call of Duty if I'm on the boat. So I had to figure out how the fuck do you get Wi-Fi on the boat. And it's doable right now. One-time payment, you have it for life and it's solar powered. Weather resistance. It's wild. So I feel like with that happening, bro, America's had to have gone that distance at least once. In 1960 it was one, right? No,
69.
69. We had so little earthbound technology known to the public that if we were going to the moon at that point, and it's not like the only reason, but if we were going to the moon at that point, we wouldn't be disclosing it even if Russia decided to disclose it. Because we had just as much propaganda that was so well just received. Accepted about Russia in the first place. They could be like, they lying. Not a chance, bro. Instead, they had to do this, which was so technologically like further than anything else really had going on at that time, right? And on top of that, there's a couple things. They said they had a string attached that moved in a wave-like motion to keep the flag waving on the moon, because that was always my main question. Like, that bitch is, like, actively blowing. There's so little wind there that your wind resistance is so low that it allows you to jump the way that y'all were showing. I do think it's like that. Because the moon's a moon, because you don't have atmosphere, really. You know what I'm saying? You just have gravity that affects a certain layer, but not a full, like how we have that to support life, you know? Exactly. So it's like, there is gravity. It's the other way around.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, because gravity is about mass.
Yeah.
But so the flag's waving, and they said that they had this fucking thing that they attached that moved like that. But bro, you can't even find out about one nowadays, bro, that you could use for any effect. Like a thing standing up just like that, looking, being made so invisible to be seen through cloth, and moving on a straight fucking like on a wave.
Have we created a time machine yet?
No, not a chance.
You're talking about like the 60s Cold War race, preceding everything, right?
Yeah, that's what led to the space race.
So yeah, so just going from the notion that you are understanding that what we are introduced to as a public mass is only what they're comfortable releasing, and it's part of the literal the Constitution that they are required to disclose
after a certain amount of time, though.
They do it in certain ways through media, through culture, through pop culture, whatever.
Basically, anything becomes disclosable in after like 80 years.
Yeah, so going from that specific category in conformative information, you go from
Hey, you want to get on the camera too? Because you sitting here talking, like you gotta at least let them know.
That's what they, released to us at that certain time. But you have to also think about it. When was the computer not created but released to the masses?
Well, we had computers to read data and shit all the way through. Like I'm getting there. We had that shit already as communication devices, because at a certain level you could even consider a radio station a computer. But I'm saying like the computers where you had the dial-up internet and shit. I think that was like early 70s.
Well, I'm talking Pong era type shit, like when it became
like the 70s.
Late 70s, 80s, yes.
We was using that shit in 1918.
Think about how just before that boom in technological advancements, before we even see now, because we look at the 2000s and we think that is the technological boom, and
motherfuckers don't know about closing that flip phone.
We saw a lot more of it then, but it was present way before we even understood what it was. But because we didn't understand what it was or what to call it, we didn't. It wasn't on our radar. So back in the day, you're looking at the Cold War race. Damn, I can't pronounce my R's today. And the whole thing in America, Russia, communist versus capitalism, and the fucking dog going to space and all that bullshit. When you think back to those times, and it was disclosed recently, had the first or some of the first adaptations of what would be a modern day mech suit, so like Iron Man type shit. So if they had that type of technology back then and it wasn't released, and at that point they were able to build that mech suit because they already had computers and already had access to a certain level of, I'm not going to call it artificial intelligence, but a certain level of
communicatable computers,
computerized understanding. Yeah, like a big fucking a literal motherboard, but a system of information that was comprised of human knowledge, or what they fed it at least.
So on the subject of
what's released now and how far they are beyond that, because we're sheep at the fucking end of the day.
On the subject of time machines, I believe the moment that, because we could have something like we could cryo freeze and that could be considered a time machine because you're going to the future, but a two-way time machine is what they're talking about in that question, or what you're talking about if that was a question you wrote down. The moment it gets existed, it breaks whatever time you have, right? Like, about it since we was fucking caveman. You know what I'm saying? That already gets taught. And we had something that could travel, not necessarily through time, but distance, when like the Egyptians were building pyramids and the Mayan societies. They all have these really crazy, like, that's why I believe that dragons at least once existed. When some gets like interpreted or fucking like put into art through multiple cultures before they had communication with each other, that's a proven, like, these were seen everywhere type shit. You ain't just get that.
There's 2 countries on this planet that have a dragon on their flag. Countries don't put stuff on their flag that doesn't represent.
What are the countries?
Okay.
Like they're countries in fucking Asia.
One is a dragon, yes, but one is technically a griffin, right?
No. This is a dragon because it's scaly. It's a griffin and scaly.
It's like one of them Pakistani countries.
That makes sense though, because like vampires started in the Middle East. I don't know if you know that, because if you talk about the definition of vampire, then apply it to any story, it started in the caves in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but you want to know why? Like, what is it?
The countries are Bhutan, Wales, and
so that's 3 countries.
No, just 2.
Wait, is it Bhutan, Wales? Like,
Bhutan is one country, and then Wales.
Okay, wait, Wales in fucking Europe?
I'm gonna pull it up so you can see.
Yeah.
The flag, huh?
So like, get into that though.
So this is China's old flag. So don't look at this one.
Right.
This is Bhutan's and this is Wales' flag. And
Bhutan, I always thought was a fucking griffin.
And then you have that not just in Asia, but or not just in China, but like very many like Mongolians had art about it. But then at the same time, South Latin America had that as well.
A lot of their flags that did depict dragons.
But I think dragons and dinosaurs are the
same. Way different.
They're different.
A dragon could be an evolution, but it's not the same. It's something that survived that and then was able to then adapt to become the best thing, which it already was, but had to do it differently. Because like none of these necessarily mean the dragon's flying.
So
you know what I'm saying?
I have something to piggyback off that with, giving you acknowledging what you're saying and saying that it's valid, of course. But when you look at different depictions of dinosaurs throughout different parts of the world. For example, look at Asia, look at the Confuciusaurus. That dinosaur in particular has both attributes that do suggest that in Asian culture they could have seen it as a dragon, but with us in Americanized fucking how they do the carbon.
Well, at that time, America wasn't a thing yet. We had those guys were still in Europe. I'm saying at that time, Europe also has their own definition and depiction of dragons, so it's something that was beyond. That's why I'm saying it does exist.
What I'm saying, but I'm just using the Confuciusaurus in that era as a example as to
pterodactyls hit that example.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Feathered fucking dinosaurs. So
most dinosaurs are being seen as feathered now because the bones aren't hard enough.
Other culture could say that it's a dinosaur.
But we have different words and definitions, is why it's not, So I want to hit the time machine. Yeah, I want to hit the time machine, though. The moment it happens since the beginning of your time whatsoever, because we're going back and basically prolonging what we're going through now because we're teaching us earlier and earlier and earlier different things that we've discovered. Time breaks time itself, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the moment time machines exist, we might not even fucking have to restart. Just tomorrow, it could be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Today it's not, but tomorrow is the now effect of someone having gone back in our timeline and affecting that. But the moment we know about it, that's all we're working on. So it's just a kind of like a prolonged fucking loop at that point. So I do not think whatsoever we've perfected in a way to use it backwards time travel. I do believe it exists. But again, it's in a place that exists that moves more distance in time than it does space.
Exactly. The original question was,
do I believe in time machines?
I know you said bro's gonna roll up, be sleep, man.
Oh man, bro.
And
bro, you rolling up?
That he said for me to grab.
Or do you want me to roll up?
It was just guts inside of a fucking package.
You want me to roll? Do you have the roll up?
The one that he told me to grab was just guts in a package. I don't.
Oh shit! Did we? Yeah, we did smoke both from that. What I bought? All right, I'm gonna use the cone. Here, I'm gonna pack it up.
We bought 2 packs and we only smoked 2. So
we're not going back down though. I want to continue this.
Yeah, the question at hand
I'm not packing up all your shit, and that's what I said.
Time travel exists, right?
You don't remember when I told you we weren't gonna have it by the time we got back? This is best weed. That's what this is for. I can get you other weed. Don't worry. But that's why.
Nah, I'm gonna worry.
Don't you, man? Shut up. Have I ever let you down before? No. Then don't act like I do. Promise you, we on that shit regardless. Because now I have the time after leaving here at whatever time, because I really have no fucking plans. I can hit Jilted whenever up because he's gonna be up.
We'll hold you to it, bro.
You don't even have to, but go ahead and do it. Prove me right. You don't have to unpack. Look, I already have that, right? You don't have to give me a whole bunch, G. If we don't smoke all of it, then we don't. But if we do, like, I'm still gonna get more weed for the crib in general.
I want to make sure I have.
But
wait,
the original question was, do I believe we've invented a time machine? And I said, in terms of two-way travel, no. And that's kind of where I stand.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of what is it, psychological and metaphysical travel, I feel like that's a very jaded topic, because if you are someone who believes in quantum physics, you can say yes without having your physical body travel. And also, if you're someone who is very spiritual, you can also agree in the same type of
but it's the difference between a machine. He's a time machine.
So are you the machine, or is he talking about an
actual? He's talking an actual machine.
I'm just saying, like, you pose a question, we are a machine, our brain's a machine, so does time travel actually exist? It all depends on.
I said it does. We just haven't found it.
Believe what you're tapped into, and if you want to talk about a physical sense, like with the whole fucking hadron collider type quantum physics shit, I feel like they have tried so many fucking times to.
The CIA already did the declassification of what it calls the astral projection. So I mean, possibly, but
I'm not even. Touching on that, of course, with the whole spiritual aspect, but with the hardcore scientific mechanical scale machine aspect, I feel like that's something that they've been trying to crack and try to explain in a million different ways, but we're not going to be what is it?
We gotta ask the next question, Ju. We're podcast. No, you're good. You're good. Just
we're not going to be able to fucking answer that question really until
it gets invented.
In lesser terms, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Does Donald Trump figure out a way to run again in 2028?
So listen, bro. On some real shit, and I have to one take this, so just give me a minute to kind of flush this out. I don't believe in the term, or I don't believe in the idea of a dual political system. It's one of the main things George Washington had said in his second term. I'll run again, but we need to do a couple of things. And one of them he has said basically boils down to we need to make sure we never create a bipartisan system when running, because then we have people against people as opposed to the country looking at itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those, like, there's benefits to certain people, not others, when you do shit. So he said, don't do that shit. And now listen, I could look at somebody as a flawed and as fucking, for the good things they did, regardless of what else they did. You can separate those things as not as person, but action. I don't think for a second he's going to try to do the fucking running again shit for a third term. I do not believe it. The only reason that's ever been allowed since George Washington, who didn't run for a third term, was the Great Depression / Dust Bowl. That was Teddy Roosevelt, the handicapped dude. Because it was a time of such duress and desperation that they just were like, please stay until we figure this out. And the moment they figured it out, he left office. Mm-hmm. So I don't see it for a second, because I believe that and again, on no political affiliation, I think Biden tried to, or at least Biden's team almost did try to and get to. They had 4 or 5 different possible wars that would cause years-long conflict beyond what we saw in Iraq and Desert Storm and beyond. So, here, if you want to spark it, I want to finish this out. So, I do think that, because, and it's also interesting, I want to say, under no affiliation, that Kamala is the first presidential candidate since we had the electoral college do their thing that we never got to vote for primaries for. She was automatically considered the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party. It's the first time ever we've had that right taken away from us, and we didn't even fucking notice. Every other Democrat got no backing from the national association. They just had the title, you know what I'm saying? Because they already chose, and it's weird because I don't think that he's been in the right state of mind since before. You know what I'm saying? If not, it's the same dude, and they have a stand-in or actor or face mask, whatever you want to believe in. On my side, I just think that he's not been mentally there. You can get a person. My grandfather, he's from Puerto Rico. His name is Ronaldo Nieves. He just passed last year, right around summer, and he passed from dementia. And there's certain things like I'd walk in and he always remembered me type shit. So there's certain things you can pick out and say or do if you're trained to. And I think that's kind of what we were seeing there, because there'd be those moments you look at me like, yo, you don't comprehend, you comprehend what you got to say, but you don't know why you're saying it, where you are when you're saying it type shit. And I believe that's what was going to happen, was on that second term, they were going to end it up with him resigning like he signed up and said he was going to do, have Kamala come through, and then Kamala run, which I think that she's honestly been behind the scene for a lot of this shit since the first term. You know what I'm saying? Just right from the get-go. And she had, now I'll be out with it, bro. Last term I did vote for Kamala. Real fucking talk. Sorry, not for Kamala, for Biden. I didn't vote for Kamala, but I also didn't necessarily vote for Trump. Now, I believed every word she said. I was piped, bro. I was like, fuck yeah, it's really dope. We have a woman finally going in this. It's cool to see that happen in an age. I remember when Barack Obama got elected, but I didn't comprehend just why that was so fucking crazy. I was in 3rd grade. When I went to school in fucking Broward County. This was before I went to Palm Beach. Boy, I don't see why black people can't be president, motherfucker. 90% of us here are. So it's I didn't know why that was so cool.
You just thought it was how it was supposed to be. You should have a fucking equal stance type shit.
Want to hear another interesting theory?
Not
even interesting theory, interesting fact. Who was it? Was it Abe? I think it was Abe. Was Abe the one that got assassinated in the theater?
Yes.
Yeah, Abraham.
So
John Wilkes Booth type shit.
So that morning, he signed in the Secret Service.
No shit. He knew that was coming.
This nigga died the same day he signed in the Secret Service.
I think the fact that he signed Secret Service was probably his leak then.
Sheesh.
He finally gave someone full access to all plans and actions that was going to do, and that one of them motherfuckers also thought John Wilkes Booth should have been more appreciated as a theater person. Bro, listen, if 87% of people that have an opinion think you're ass, you're probably ass at that shit.
He literally signed his own death contract.
Yeah, it was definitely
the Secret Service in the morning, got shot in the head.
G shit, and probably thought it was doing a great thing. Secret Service done some weird shit. Before we even had a presidential elect, they took the Secret Service away from RFK. Yeah, ain't that fucking weird, considering that the last dude who took over after RFK or an FK got shot was fucking the dude who ran the CIA, Lyndon B. Johnson, who's now almost proven to be the dude who fucking set up the hit on JFK in the first place.
Wasn't he only in office for 6 months?
Yeah, and then people were like, no fucking way, we're not voting for you.
He was one of the youngest.
No, he was old, bro.
Well, speaking of young, did you know the people that signed the Constitution were younger than y'all?
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
With way less access to information, and it's one of the most well-written things.
We're still living on these niggas' rules, and 300, 400 years later.
And amendments don't work fast enough.
No.
Because you can't propose an amendment just straight up. It has to go through 6 different dockets of fucking court.
A fucking local bill, then get sent up the legislative brackets to even be considered.
On that Schoolhouse Rock shit, I'm just a bill, you know what I'm saying? Sitting on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, me and my shorty was just talking about Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, yeah, you know what I be fucking with on that era? I be fucking with the Muppets, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Last year I watched the Muppets, bro. On that same kind of era vibe, bro. Yo, last year in 2024, I watched, I think, 7 out of the I'd say real movies, 11 Muppets. I think, bro.
You know,
I
Rainbow
fucking
Connection?
love a lot of. I'm sure you hear my language is terrible, but I love a lot of just like downright and funny stuff. But I feel like the Muppets is just so wholesome humor, dog, and I fuck with that shit. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's wholesome, but it's also sharp and current.
Yeah, this shit is like it still a lot of it still applies, and it's like just you ain't gotta hide it from a
like
kid
The
or
Office,
some
but
shit.
for kids on some real shit. Cause
No, I don't like The Office.
I'm making
We leaving that away.
Okay, so if you don't like The Office, Always Sunny, do you like that shit?
I love Always Sunny.
Okay, so it's like Always Sunny, but for kids.
Kid friendly, yeah.
They are satirical in blatant nature. You either understand that half of what they say you have to wrap your mind around in an opposite type of way to really understand the message they're trying to promote, but it's still catchy, lighthearted.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just good, wholesome, family friendly fun, bro. It's pretty cool, and like you don't get a lot of that. That's actually funny.
You know Jim Henson's like whole fucking world type shit. So Sesame Street, included, but kind of in its own separate category. But like, you ever heard of Fraggle Rock?
I know what Fraggle Rock is, bro. Don't test me.
My childhood, bro. My mom loved Fraggle Rock. Me watching Fraggle Rock, honestly, there's so many fucking shows that I could say like radicalize me, but it's just because they teach you about human nature and your relationship with.
Teachers were way less restricted. The more south you go in Florida as well. Like I moved up to fucking Orlando, saw what my little sister was learning. I have two half sisters. I only learned that the fucking first sister I had was a half sister, probably like I don't know, 2 years ago. Like it was right before I got to Colorado. I was still in Florida. I was still doing my thing. One day I woke up and I was like, fuck it, I'm leaving. I told nobody besides like my mom's. That's it. My mom was like two homies. One of them was the dude who kept my fucking weed safe in his house at one point. I'm not gonna say no names or addresses, but it was times I would be like, bro, I have too much on me because I was living in extended stay Americas just to have a consistent moving address. I'm a chef as well. It's my second passion. And so I could get a job fucking anywhere and like ask for at least 22 in Florida. Out here, that's like 25. I don't get that ballsy, but I just left the job at Burns House. I'm not gonna say nothing about them, but the job before that, I was a sous chef over at a different location, and just not to fuck them over on what they were paying me, but I was getting paid fucking $23.50 by the end of it, and it was still not worth it for me to stay. I was like, I could do better. Now I'm gonna be working. Again, won't say the location, but I'm gonna be taking over, helping at this restaurant in downtown of where I live, and it's like tweezers to the plate type fucking fine dining. And it's the first time I get to do this. I did teppanyaki for a while. I could do like hibachi. That's what teppanyaki is.
Oh yeah, so we gotta talk. I probably need you.
I used to make, bro. If you got a flat top or can rent out a flat top, I'll sit there and do a show for whoever or wherever we're at. I could sit up to 12 people if you have a full. And I could do a full show again. I'm gonna have to practice, but good thing I still have my gear. Shout out Benny Hannes, y'all are dope. The only reason I don't work in one now is because I'm fucking stupid. All right, I'm intelligent on a lot of levels, but like I know how to be where I need to be and when I need to be that way. You know what I'm saying? But man, some real just common sense shit. If it's not about nothing that's like business, I don't know when to just not fucking talk.
You were like in that environment, you gotta give yourself some.
Yeah, it grew. Yeah, the plant grows in the soil. You know what I'm saying? And like you can move the pot, but the soil's still gonna affect what it grows like in the first place, type shit. So it's like, oh shit! Now I just lost my train of thought. What the fuck was I just saying?
How you've been on some like Benny Hanna shit, but
oh yeah, so I'm moving to California, and I didn't even move to Colorado first. I moved to California, and within 16 days, I forfeited the deposit. Yeah, bro, I went to north of the Bay Area, and I got to fucking be there, and within 16 days, I dipped from California, forfeited my deposit, and came back. But like, that's just wild. It's yeah. There's a lot of interesting factors in that.
Do you guys think there's athletes out there that aren't 100% human?
Oh,
yes, absolutely. I also don't think we've made interspecies a hybrid that's lived and been this accurate to human body.
Lance Armstrong was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he wasn't not human.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, but my grandpa had a pacemaker. That's part robot. At what level are you considering it not fully human? Because that shit replaces a valve in your heart.
Yeah, I get it.
Last name was what?
Nieves.
That's half my family's last name.
Mm-hmm.
What if we're related? What if we're actually blood cousins?
Nah, it's just a common use last name. It's like Win in fucking China. It's like Quin or Qwuin or some shit. It's the most common name in the world.
Nguyin.
Yeah, Nguyin or Ngyuin. Either way, it doesn't matter. But that's like the most common last name in the world.
But think about it, like, okay.
Because there's so many of those families that just took that title. Because when lords used to take over areas in a lot of areas, you take the last name of your lord. Like your landlord gave you your last name, and as long as they were the lord of that fucking spot, that's your last name, and anybody that's born there lives there.
Yeah, like if Mike Tyson owned the property.
Oh, do I hand it to you or him? It's gotta be lit, anyways.
Me, but it don't really matter.
Do you want to hit it?
I'll hit it.
Okay, word. I'll make a pass it to you after.
Like if your daughter or if your crop grew on like a land that Mike Tyson owned, you name your kid after that fucking person essentially.
No, we haven't heard of Mike Tyson since that fight, bro.
Bro,
he made that money and disappeared.
Listen, bro. I will say. I will say real quick on that, not on that subject, just to sum it all up, how I feel on that shit, bro. The Paul brothers were a piece of shit, and like this is like not real cool on what they were doing, especially like with the sea turtle shit. I had to give a fuck. I tried college for like a month and dropped out, but that doesn't. I'd be the same way. If I was filming, I'd have the same reaction. But the fucking like, I had to do a college thing on sea turtles, so I know a lot about that shit. And then seeing him ride the ATV on the sea turtle, fucking nest invested beach in the country. Yeah, we don't have to get into that, but I'll show you when we get back to the crib. Fucking people do shitty things, but you can change or at least better yourself. And he's not asking for people to fucking forgive him on shit. He's just still doing his thing, but in a way that isn't affecting anybody in that level. So as an athlete, I fully respect Jake Paul, bro. I do think that he is it's more genuine.
Did he ever acknowledge it?
Yes, he did. Right before the Mike Tyson fight, he talked about a lot of shit he did, but like, he went against Tyron Woodley. And they had them interviews before. Bro gifted him like a diamond something and fucking like a really cool collectible thing where he was like, bro, I'm just doing this because I think you're a fucking boxer. If I whoop your ass, I would respect myself more. And now listen,
I hear that,
if Tyron Woodley didn't take the L, I would believe Mike Tyson had a chance of faking that. Tyron Woodley prideful. That boy really a monster, bro. So if he's willing to fight Paul and gets knocked out like that, I don't believe for a second that was fake.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because Woodley's a wrestler.
You feel like
Woodley's a wrestler, real talk. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's his biggest like trait.
Wasn't he having a kid during that fucking thing? Like
might have been. That's a distraction, you know what I'm saying? And they might have weakened him for the fight, but I don't think in any way it was fixed.
No, I don't mean like in that sense. I feel like if someone comes up to you and cuts you a deal saying, "Oh, you fall," and I'll pay you.
No, Tyron Woodley wouldn't do that.
If you were to have wins.
If you watch the UFC consistently and like you know,
that fight, so I cannot
see not just that fight, but in the UFC, it's uncensored.
I love
and that motherfucker can say whatever he wants, just like Conor. So like, so it really was like you get to know that motherfucker a lot more. So knowing that, I don't think he cuts a deal regardless because that motherfucker's rich.
I can't comment on that fight, but I literally used to watch the fights religiously every fucking Saturday, and with the Tyson fight at least. I feel like it was something to, of course, bring fucking.
I think he's just 54 and fucking old and not able to do that.
Back to fucking UFC and fighting in general. You know the old heads and
like,
the newer crowd.
There's also just like the fucking idea, like if you've actually taken any sort of fighting in your life, you know about fainting. You know, some of those hits that he like looked like he pulled. In all reality, what I see that reaction as is like I'm about to throw this, but I feel like he's propped up to just like absolutely rock me if I throw this. Like he knows it's coming and knows how to just move on it.
As he was throwing
exactly, it was a flinch regard, like not a fucking like stop, like just a fake. You know when you fake punch somebody, you kind of come to the side or some shit. But like it was a flinch. He pulled his shit back and he back up with it.
Yes.
Which when you really know fighting like that, it's called a feint. You're making him think you're about to throw, so they throw their shit. No matter where it's coming, you're backed up a little bit. You can see where it's coming, and you come back with a counter, right? So like that's more like what he was doing. And just when it didn't come like that, and he would have been knocked out on, bro. He did push forward a little bit more. And then fucking put that pressure, but he gave him that second to recalibrate. I do think it was a legit fight, but do I think it's legit Mike Tyson? No. Prime time Iron Mike, bro. Round, if it was a 5-round match, 2 minutes a round, round 2. Jake Paul got a chin, bro.
He's big now. For sure, I'll give him that.
Yeah, today's Jake Paul versus Iron Mike. He got a chin. By round 2, that chin's gonna be laxed up for 1 second, and he's a snake, bro.
Wait,
you know,
today's Jake Paul against Iron Mike.
Like back in the day, Iron Mike, like fucking
That's not two
when it comes to
the
fucking fight that they
Jake, I've seen, bro, and again, like I do, like I keep up with this shit. I love fighting; it's my favorite sport. Like I feel like it's just a legitimate.
Iron Mike at 18 years old versus
Jake yes, because Iron Mike was never, bro. No way. First round, only if it was first round. If it did happen, it would be off a body shot and not a fucking face shot.
That's this is before Tyson went to prison or after?
After, right after.
First round.
No. Let me explain. Let me explain first of all. Now, yeah, he's a beast, monster, absolute demolisher. I'm not saying anyway. I'm not saying that in round 2. What I am saying is that I have seen Jake Paul both take fat hits in sparring or in his matches. Like he takes some real shits that like Logan Paul could never fucking get that. Absolutely. When you've been punched in the face and seen a video of it, you know, yeah, you're gonna look really weird. There's no explaining what everybody's jawline is gonna do. people's faces distort. They fucking go to like weird shit faces, and sometimes you also feel that coming and you move your weight somewhere else. So it doesn't necessarily like if you're ducking and someone uppercuts you, you're fucked. But if you're moving to the side and you get grazed, it's like getting grazed by a bullet. You're not gonna get killed. It's just gonna rock you a little bit. I absolutely think
Jake's getting out the first round.
Second round.
I'm saying he's getting out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's getting out the second round too.
No, second round, fucking 4 seconds in.
No, exactly. He's already 8. He's already fucking 8. That's
like he's taking hits on the chin.
If it wasn't already primal from Mike Tyson's corner in the first round, he would have been demolished. In the second one that they just did.
No, I'm not talking about this one though.
No, I know. I'm just commenting because you were telling.
Well, I wasn't finished.
Sorry.
But keep that in mind when we get to there. So like the other reason as well is like, bro, Mike had really fast spurts. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a super fast moving boxer, but he was a consistently moving boxer. And he was consistently moving forward on your ass. He's fucking terrifying. He's a monster, bro. An absolute killer. Now, at that point, he'll keep coming forward, but Jake's got great defense, homie. He really does. And he's quicker. Consistently quicker. You know what I'm saying? At a constant speed, on average, more times than Mike on that speed level. So I think he gets out the first round, but the second round, while he's sitting there trying to read what he's going to be doing, Mike Tyson's already doing it. Because he done sat there and thought about that fight for that 15, 30 seconds. I know what I'm going to do. So yeah, second round, 18 seconds max in. But he absolutely gets out the first round. I give him that much respect.
All right. How much longer does LeBron have?
2 years. I used to keep up with basketball back when I was in like middle school, but I kind of dropped off that for a while, and I've been wanting to get back on. But now with all this music shit I've been doing, and like constantly going back and forth to these different cities to play shows or go to events, man, I can't even really keep up with anything but UFC because UFC played at Buffalo Wild Wings. Told me I can go there anytime it happens, get some wings, bro.
You get Hulu, Disney, the fucking ESPN package. You watch that shit.
I give LeBron.
I don't have the time to.
At least until after the Olympics. The Olympics come in 28.
Yeah, they have to keep him at least for that one because if that's his last game, it's pretty iconic.
You really think he's gonna stretch that far?
Bruh, think about it. It's LeBron.
If it's his last game and it's at the Olympics, there's no way America doesn't win gold.
Are in LA.
Yeah, they're clearing out the whole homeless. I don't know if you know the problem with that, but the area that they have it, they have to fucking build it on new foundation, new concrete, new everything. I'll smoke the roast in a little bit, bro.
So you're just talking about the homeless problem there because.
Well, not the homeless problem isn't the problem. The problem is that the area that they put it in basically means that everybody gets fucking removed.
So yes.
Imagine him winning gold and he retired. Right
He's winning gold because it's his last game. The judges can't give LeBron not gold.
It's gonna be USA against France again.
You really think he's gonna be like
Round
in
2.
it?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
At 45 years old.
Oh, okay, but.
Bro, Tom Brady had the fucking Super Bowl as be his go out, and they won.
Okay,
Get fucked, like.
LeBron is all about his brand, his vision, his time.
And his son sucks dick right now at some consistent play time.
Hip issues.
He doesn't got to play in the NBA. He's just not retired from it yet. He'll play a game or two or 5 minutes or two at the games, but
just to be showcased type shit.
Just to be at the Olympics.
No, he'll still play like this.
I'm saying at the end of it, when it's time for the Olympics, he might not be as active.
Yes, he will.
Bro, I'm talking, bro, 4 months before the Olympics, he's resting up.
He's juicing himself up.
Bro,
yes.
That's what I'm saying. For the last, 4 months before the Olympics is the, you got March Madness all that time as well, which his son had just finished.
He'll still have to finish the season.
Yeah, you have to finish the season, but you ain't got to play more than 4 minutes.
I
will say he'll be active, but not fucking, 40 minutes of the game. No way. Straight resting up for the Olympics.
Bro, you know how amazing that's gonna be.
So that being said,
yeah,
I gotta be in LA. I don't gotta. If I got the bread, I'm gonna go to a game. But if not, I gotta at least be in LA for the Olympics.
Bro, we can do a collaboration. I fucking go have with you on the damn bus ticket and fight. Bro, I swear to God, just to see. Hey, bro, we'll do a collaboration type event or fucking project or some shit. Like G shit.
We can. Getting out there's not a problem. Going to the game is what.
Well, a lot of times, bro, you can sign up at one time of the Olympics or one Olympics ever. I don't know if it's 100% accurate. Don't take this for a fact, but on your own time, look this up. There's if you sign up for it as just a spectator. I mean, I'm talking that half mile up type shit. Usually they're free, especially if you're a fucking not even press pass.
Or whatever they call it.
No, they took they sold seats.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't sell them.
Olympics was in '96 in Atlanta, so I there's pictures of
that might be the one that was the one that was like if you sign up early enough, you just got to go.
Sign up, and then you can also just buy a ticket to go to an event. Like if you want to go see the synchronized swimming, just buy the ticket, or see the basketball, just buy the ticket.
Wait, so you're saying that it's a per event ticket?
Yeah, for the Olympics.
No shit.
What?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I'm only 25. I don't give a fuck about the Olympics. It's cool. I love the Olympics, but I love the idea, but I don't never say
plan to go. Plan to go in LA. It's in 28, but plan to go. You can just pay per event.
That's it. Hit me up.
I thought it was
we'll do something, bro. So I'm going on tour in March, so I'm already going fucking interstately.
Think about how many events there are. Like it'd be crazy to give
wild though, dude.
All that just for
basketball. You probably not gonna be able to get into.
That's what I'm saying. I want basketball. I want track. I want synchronized swimming. Or synchronized diving, excuse me.
Diving is pretty dope. I love that shit.
Bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say that again, like you actually like. Sorry, say that again.
What?
I used to be obsessed with like the track.
Bro, when it comes to the Olympics, basketball, track is cool, but it's the shit like water polo.
Yeah.
Or just the high dive, like how straight they be when they hit the water is pretty fucking insane.
Bro.
Like almost perpendicular to a degree.
That shit, basketball, of course, is fighter rods, running, fight. Okay, cool.
Yeah, basketball been in so many different cultures and just being practiced like
that type of shit. I'd be like, bro,
that's lifelong dedication.
It's like manipulating another element for real.
Bro, like how did you do all them twists in the air and then
at the same time or reflected on each other? The ones that I love when they're doing it opposite. You know what I'm saying? They go on the right, but they go to the left type shit. Yeah, that shit trips me the fuck out.
On some mushrooms, nigga.
No.
Boy, I was talking to bro. I'll bring the DMT card and watch that shit.
Man, bro, plan to go 2028 LA.
So I'll keep you updated if I'm able to, because I fucking.
Anything, just be in the city. Just we don't gotta.
Yeah, bro. I just went to San Francisco like fucking 2 weeks ago on some bullshit. I was there for like 3.5 days. Fuck it.
But to go back to LeBron, yes, I think that'd be the best way to go out.
And there's no way they don't give him gold. He's a worldwide icon. It's so fucking biased. It might as well be the OJ case. Like
the France team is gonna be tough.
Nah.
They were just tough this year or this past.
Man, they get spanked. It's LeBron's last year. Yeah, he's gonna be juicing this year because that man has access to steroids that only show up with continued use. That man can get it for that event and just wax himself.
So answer this: you don't watch basketball, but just answer this off the top of your head. Who's on the team for the Olympic team in 28?
I haven't seen the list, but I will say if I had to like pick a starting five at least.
If I tell you the list from this past year, you'll say like, yes, you think you'll be in. Like if I pull up the list from this past Olympic team.
No, not a chance. I don't think that is the same.
I got you.
We have a lot of new stars though. I do know like just because I don't watch the games consistently and keep up with it as much as I did when like LeBron, Wade, and Bosh were on the fucking team, homie. Like that broke my heart, but I got to actually go. One of my mom's bosses had season tickets at one of the first law firms she got herself into. Like she was able to like under the desk sneak her way into a full now licensed law career when she was like single and fucking I was like in second grade and already being a dickhead, right? And so like one of her bosses had season tickets and he wasn't going to be able to be in town for the Pacers game when it was the first time the Heat and the Pacers got on that streak of being rivals. It was the I want to say it was the championships of our coast. And it was, I mean, we weren't close to the court at all. We was like not nosebleeds either, though. It was like decent, bro. But I mean, them tickets would have been like, I don't know, $800 a pop already. Miami's taxed. And again, this was Dwayne Wade, fucking LeBron James, and Chris Bosh. It was the year before Ray Allen, I want to say. The year before, it was still Miller, bro. It was Miller time, homie. Every time that motherfucker sunk some, them bitches would advertise Millers for the beer people. They walk around, Miller. It was Miller time. It was the year before fucking Ray Allen joined.
That was a good stretch for
4 years.
Fucking kids to be
at least
aware of the sport. I mean, like I remember that.
That was literally my college.
That's my hometown, bro. I'm also a fucking Dolphins fan, so it's not like I have good taste in teams. No. I love my fucking home, bro, and like I root for the Jacks every time. Yep. Every time I root for Jacks. Just because you're in Florida too. Shout out fucking Young and Ace. Like they have great music out there and a pretty decent football team. Right, but I also I fuck with Detroit. So when I was a kid, I thought the Lion was badass, so I started fucking with them when I started watching football. Terrible, but I do feel like what is it, Matt Carr?
Half-eaten body under the stadium?
No.
Oh,
there was a half-eaten body under the Detroit.
Was that to do with the fucking eyes and the brain got ate out? Or the butthole? That's a different dude. That was a subway attack. But no, I didn't hear about that shit.
Reconstruction under the Lions.
In the Lions Stadium. But like, My whole thing, like I will say, at that time, it was Matt Carr. I want to say, was Matt Carr with the quarterback?
David Carr or Derek Carr?
No, it was Matt something. Matt Stafford. My bad.
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford. I will say around that time, and I'll stand on this forever, bro. Matt Stafford was at one point during the last 2 years of his time with the Lions one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the fucking league at that time.
Yeah.
It was how y'all were talking about like last time, the shitty team type situation, bro. You can only shine, especially as a quarterback. Bro, your plays are only as good as the people who can make them.
Who can block for your line?
Fuck even blocking, bro. If your block can't get the first wave block, but you can still run it, and you got inside defenders, homie, coming to your side. That's still a play. When you got people who don't even understand that level of playmaking, or on that teamwork level, to be able to just understand each other without trying to make yourself the big boy, because everybody wants to be big boy out in Detroit, but nobody was big team.
Imagine
Stafford was dope though.
Like
on my soul, bro.
Like Johnny Manziel too. If Johnny Manziel didn't party so much, he'd have been fucking.
On my soul, bro. Come on, dog. But it's
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I fucked with NFL for a long time too. Now I got I got a Fire TV, and that bitch came with the live TV that includes the fucking couple of sports channels. One of them are Sunday night, the other one's Thursday. So I do want to start keeping up. And if it's between basketball and football, I'll probably keep up with football more.
Yeah.
Like it feels bad to say, but like my main thing being UFC, I don't have a lot of time to fully commit, so I just want to fuck with the people that I fuck with like that. In basketball, my team, like I never had a favorite team besides Miami, but like I fuck with the team like in its individuals and shit.
Green light still on your mic, or are you good?
Oh yeah, I still got a green light. We cool.
Like imagine like being a solid fucking player or like a talented, athlete and being drafted onto a fucking.
We talking Seether.
And not
that band. It's like Seether. I feel like the vocalist is way better than the caliber of his band.
Yeah, Seether, fuck yeah, dude.
Then I feel like
they're on like some.
What's it called? I had an opposite feeling about another team where the band was so much better than their vocalist. I can't remember, but it was around there.
Do y'all believe in celebrity cloning?
Oh,
no cloning, no. We haven't successfully cloned a human that's lived for that long. I do believe in MK Ultra, in mind control. I do believe in prolonging life. That's the issue with our social security. Even though we got outed by Elon Musk that there's like a very scarily high percentage of people that collect Social Security that are over the age of America itself.
Over 150 years old.
Right? Yeah. And so it's like they're either dead and someone's fraudulently collecting them, or there's some really weird shit going on. I believe that someone's fraudulently collecting them and using them for government purposes. But that's the issue. We have that, and we also have the fact that, bro, the main issue that's been for a long time now with Social Security since like 2006 or some shit is that people are living too long now. We got too good at medicine. Now these motherfuckers that are supposed to be dead and recirculating back to the system, no, they're still alive because they're spending all the money that should be going back to the system through our barter and trade system of paper for value that is respected by the country. So then that's not recirculating and they're not willing to print more money.
Wait, so where the fuck? Oh my god.
Yeah, it goes deep, and I don't know necessarily too much beyond that, but it's just interesting, right? So it's like, I do believe in prolonging life to the point where your mind can just be fucking manipulated. Absolutely, I think that's what we had with Biden. How the fuck did cocaine show up in the fucking war room in the White House and no one ever got, they dropped it? Boy, what? Cocaine got found in the White House. But with me. Nobody got charged with that, homie. That makes no sense. No sense, bro. But they worried about Bill Clinton fucking on somebody or Donald Trump fucking on somebody. An NDA is an NDA. You can give money for an NDA to not talk about some shit if it's a fucking legitimized NDA. It's at least like findable in a certain way, but you both agree before any payment's made that you're not going to talk about it regardless. That's what he had with Stormy Daniels. That's a fucking trespass on rights at a real time. Like, again, I have no political affiliation. I don't necessarily support any politician that gets to that level. But they broke a lot of his shit just to kind of like make an example. Like he was the first dude that didn't have a political background really, or have those aspirations for most of his life to be fucking what you call it, president. Like he did that. I feel like they made an example. And like, yes, there were a lot of things wrong with what he was doing, but there was a lot of shit that needed to happen that he had the balls to do. And so it's just weird. There's good and bad to everything. We had the same thing with Biden. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like our bads are more permanent.
Don't you think they're also testing social reaction
with the gore and shit
on both sides of the party? Also, being in the age bracket that we're in, It's like about 10 years, right, between us.
You said 33? What you turned?
Yeah, I'll be 33 in April.
Were you guys?
Really? You're 33? That's what you said?
Yeah, I'll be 33.
Okay, I wanted to know if I actually remember that. Hell yeah.
Were you guys ever exposed to like that type of testing in elementary school where they would pull you out of class and ask you weird, random fucking
Not a
questions?
fucking chance.
What the fuck?
Nope. If there is that type of test, they knew I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. I'd know that shit was weird. Like I said, I'll talk about some real shit if it doesn't fucking harm me or the boys. Like, I'll talk about some shit regardless. Like, I won't never talk. I've never gave a fucking witness statement except for a fucking scene that I was forced to, where you don't have a choice about what happens in Colorado. I won't get too deep into it. It's none of y'all fucking business. It's the only time I've ever signed a police paper that wasn't agreeing to a plea deal for a home invasion I got in 16. And that just got expunged recently, and I'm fucking very grateful for that. Because I'm supposed to be going to South America on a separate tour than what I'm going on, and I need a passport. So it's really dope. I've already applied, and I have that shit coming through, so I can go to South America and play shows. Because my third biggest fucking city right now in terms of streams, you get the ability to look through insights and shit, is Brazil. Both in music and like the same spot in fucking Instagram, and through monetized cities, meaning it's most likely not a bot. And it just started happening recently. Like, shout out my boy Noopy Naman. Fucking, we just dropped a song together called "Hold My Hand." It's gonna be the last single that drops before my album drops in June. It's a fusion of a couple different sounds, but mainly like modern punk and fucking hip hop. Like the two main things I always listen to. Like my top listen to artists last year were probably Juice, King Von, and fucking Blink-182. Straight up. I fuck with all of them, and I fuck with a lot of sounds that allows me. Like, bro, I'll be in the kitchen. I tell everybody this. Like, the last kitchen job I was working at, which I quit recently, kind of quit and got fired at the same time. But I had the idea first. I would like play Diana Ross through the most stressful shits, bro. Like, I know every word. I won't make you love me. Keep my head cool with some shit. But like, I fuck with that shit because my grandma used to play that shit a lot. And then like, it's time to close. I'm putting on some fucking like Polo G and King Von and Dirk type situation. Like, because you got people that have never left Colorado and also never necessarily been in like any sort of environment of like violence or like fucking like spread out crime. Like it's everywhere you look at. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting people.
It scares them though, like especially the servers. Like I feel like it turns them off to like even like knowing me as a person.
Yeah.
And it's I don't try to flirt at work. You don't shit where you eat, so it's not ever on that level neither. But it's just like I play that shit to let them know, like, yo, don't fuck with me right now. I'm cleaning the kitchen. I'm a really deep cleaner when I do that shit. I very much respect food safety and shit. And like, don't talk to me, please. I'm gonna be balls deep in some shit that I'm already getting frustrated with, but I'm still gonna do it. Don't ask me on no stupid shit. This is what's gonna keep you away from that. You don't even know how to approach me right now because you didn't know I was on that timing, and now you feel uncomfortable about that. And it's like, it's just weird, bro. But I listen to everything, and I fuck with mute. I make everything. Like if we have a separate time, like after, so I'm sure after this is done, it's just time to start sliding and shit. But on a separate time, I come through. I'll show you some unreleased shit. That's probably, most of it's not going to be on this album. But I already have the project ideas working for this next one and a couple of different hooks and ideas thrown down. But it's a completely different vibe and shit. This was supposed to be just like a diversity type shit, while it's also like the main theme is like the individual experience on like having your heart broken romantically. It's like, your homie could break your heart on some like betrayal type shit. Your fucking parents can break your heart, then bitches get divorced. Your dad leaves or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody can break your heart, but there's something so specifically painful about a romantic heartbreak, and when it like finally hits, and it finally hit in 2024. I've just recently, I told the person we're cordial now, and recently fucking I looked at her at the face. I think we were on the phone, and I was like FaceTime, and I was like, "You don't understand? Like, thank you. You made me my first $1 million, stupid." I swear, I straight up said something just like that. Like it said your PC battery is running low. But I literally told her, "You made me my first $1 million. This is the best project I've ever done. This is the best like thing that I've ever put together. It's the most solid sounding, and it also just incorporates so many different fucking sounds. And it's not even the biggest span of my diversity of what I like am willing to either match energy on, or I can come up with the energy on my own. Like for anybody but the 12 people that I've probably shown at this point, you're not ready for goth bitch. But we'll get on that level at another time when that bitch drops and we perform it in Seattle. It will not be dropping just under my name though. The plan right now, I'm not gonna out it because I haven't paid for the feature, but we have big fucking plans for that track. And I swear to God, if you haven't heard it, you're not gonna fucking guess it by the time it comes out. And again, I don't want to drop it on my own because I don't feel like that's the brand I want to push. But this fucking track, yo, it is lit. There's no way you listen to it and you don't get it. Like, I've had everybody that's ever listened to it be like, yo, put me on this, please. And it's like, motherfucker, send a verse in. Here's my email. Show me what you can do. Regardless if I paid you to even work on a feature or not. You want to be on this? You see not only my level that I'm at, the level that I have at least connections with, and then the level that I can very potentially, if I hone into my own personal potential, which is a real hard practice to always keep. Even if you are super studied or routine oriented, it's hard. It's hard to keep it consistently on that just effort level or